Alright, y'all, what's happening? It's me, resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with my review for episode 3 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney+. Now, you already know the drill by now. If you don't, if you ain't seen this yet, come on back because it's going to be spoilers. Thank you to everybody who has been rocking with your boy for the first 2 reviews. I think we are having fun with this together, collectively, as a family, if you will. The show is just amping up. It is... I said this on Twitter. This is the espionage drama action thing. This is like every episode is another Captain America the Winter Soldier movie, if you get what I'm saying for the comparison. Like, it's so many twists and turns and so many different things that's happening. I'm not going to go in order of everything. I probably will, but who knows. I just want to talk about certain things then for a fact. We see that John Walker is the asshole that we know he's going to be. The moment they break into the home of those who were helping out the Flag Smashers, and you have Walker walk up to dude and was like, "Do you know who I am?" Grabbing him, send him and him up because he's the captain of new Captain America. This is the level we talk about for those who follow in the comics. John Walker as Captain America is way too aggressive. He's, he still carries a gun, whereas Steve Rogers stopped. And so, of course, he says he's not trying to be like Steve. He says that, of course, but he wants people to respect him the same as Captain America, with the same respect and reverence that they gave Steve Rogers. And when dude spits in his face, before we had to get almost held back. He's finna hurt dude. But again, he's a regular dude who performs at peak performance. I'm talking about John Walker. He's not a super soldier. He's not yet. He's not a super soldier yet. He's not enhanced yet. And I say that because if you know in the comics, it is interesting. A lot of things about the comics about who these characters are starting to be referenced. We got so many gems dropped. The Power Broker was dropped. The Power Broker is the person that will help Dr. Carl Malice will be the one who helps to enhance Battlestar and John Walker. Now, if they go full route with both of them, we don't know yet. We'll see. You get Bucky and Sam talking about Zemo, and then Bucky gives a hypothetical how to break Zemo out of prison and breaks him out. And when he breaks him out, I love it because Sam is like, "Where are we?" And there's a bunch of cars. And he's like, "Yo, so we break dude out of prison, and the first thing we do is grab that Vito." Zemo's like, "Oh, this is my shit. Like, this is all my family's." Because this Sam is like, "Wait, you rich?" Zemo's like, "I'm a baron. My family was royalty for y'all to destroy my country, bro. Like, what? Like, oh yeah, damn." Because like, we see some of these people and we think either they're villains or whatnot, and we forget about their origins. Some people who know the story about Baron Zemo, like people know Dr. Doom is the king of Latveria. But, the average person probably see Doom like, "Yo, this is just a badass dude with some dope tech." It's a possibility. What is that he talks about the book? I can't believe. Oh yeah, so casual about it. Oh, by the way, when Zemo comes in after Bucky broke him out, and every time Zemo started talking, and they're like, "Shut up, shut up!" I love it. Again, the chemistry between Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie in this is phenomenal. The way they bounce off each other and they feed off each other is great. You can tell they built a real bond outside of filming. Going back to Civil War. They built a bond because, again, you can tell they got used and more accustomed and comfortable, to one another. The fact when we get on the plane and Zemo's damn near pickpocketed Bucky and has the list, and he notices the list is the same, and Sam notices it's the same book that Steve used when he let him listen to Trouble Man. And Bucky was like, "I like music from the 40s. And he was like, "Trouble Man is a classic." And Zemo said, like, "Yes, it's music. It captures the African American experience." And then you got Sam was like, "He got a line, but he's right." Like, it's so amazing. Again, we bring up real life issues and things that happen. And again, I don't know if Zemo meant any harm by the way he said it captures the African American experience. He probably didn't. Again, we are in this day and age where people say something and some people take it and they run with it the wrong way and take it out of context and whatever the case may be. But when they get to Madripoor, and this mod got Sam dressed up, and Sam was like, "We need to change clothes. I look like a pimp." And he said, "Oh, Zemo says only an American would think a fashion-forward black man is dressed like a pimp. You're actually dressed like this dude Conrad Mack, aka Smiling Tiger. We're bringing in again so many people and expanding the MCU. It's ridiculous. Again, we know of the theatrical level heroes we're getting. We know we got certain Disney Plus shows. We know the ones that are pretty much in production, the ones that are yet to come. But we're opening the door to so many of these characters because we're going deeper into Marvel Comics lore, which with any comic book company, I love it when we don't stay at the base level of characters. You get what I'm saying? There's so much about these other characters, some who may be lower tier, but you can expand on them and you can use them to expand the story. So the introduction of the Smiling Tiger, like I said earlier, the Power Broker. We get Dr. Nagel, who's the one who ends up making the serum, the Super Soldier Serum, that helped make the Flag Smashers, the Super Soldiers. We get all that. But the thing is how they all had to play, and by they all I mean Zemo, Bucky, and Sam had to play characters in this bar trying to meet up with Selby to get more information about it. And Zemo told Bucky earlier, like, you're going to have to go and be somebody again you don't want to be. You say you stepped away from, a.k.a. the Winter Soldier. So they go into this bar. Sam is like the dude who looks like the Smiling Tiger. The bartender see him, was like, yo, you want the usual? Sam's supposed to say yes. Clearly it's a snake kidney and a shot. And I love Anthony Mackie. It's subtle things about this. Anthony Mackie's face when he just took the shot, he like you trying to hold it, but you can't break character. But then when dude runs up on Zemo and was like, you not to be here, you gotta go. I got word from on high. And Zemo says was probably the three most devastating words to hear in the Marvel. It's one of the most devastating combo of words to hear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Winter Soldier attack, and Bucky goes ape shit. Zemo, he beat everybody's ass. And Zemo even says, well, it didn't take him that long to get back into shape. It's, you watch everything that happens, and then the best part happens. They meet Selby, and she's talking to them, and then she says, the tiger, Smiling Tiger, you're taller than I expected. And then Sam gets a call. Selby says, take it on speaker. And it's Sam's sister. And she talking about the boat, the house. He's like, yeah, what issue, Sarah? Yeah, that banker, that loan. I'm going to kill that banker. And then the kids in the background, she yelling at the kids. She like, Sam, what you talking about? When I saw that whole scene, if you all haven't seen Kevin Hart's Let Me Explain stand-up specials, part where he talk about how he call his friends, and his bullshit is they bullshit. He said he called his boy Harry, and his boy Harry pick up the phone. He said, Harry, don't lie. What that mean? Lie, lie, lie. It's like, this is not a game. My back's against the wall. The bitch got to drop on me. Help me. Help me, nigga. And then he hit the kids, and she say Sam, and all you hear is Kevin Hart going, no, 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 no. That was all I could think. And then you see them running, and then Sam says, I can't run in these heels. But when we get to the point where they see Nagel, they go to a shipping yard. They go to Nagel, of course, and they find him. And we get Sharon Carter back. Again, she helped them escape from Selby's and all that. Sharon Carter in this, I'm not going to go bit by, like I said, I'm not going to go bit by bit. Sharon Carter's a badass. She was about 8 to 10 dudes her damn self. Bounty hunters. She takes their asses out. You find out earlier that she's been on the run since Civil War, when she stole the shield and she took the wings back to help Falcon and Captain America when they broke Bucky out. So she's been on the run. She's had to live in Madripoor and whatnot. And, you know, of course, they have the whole situation there with Nagel and the bounty hunters, and then they're trying to escape. And Zemo steals a car. It's Zemo and Bucky in the front seat. Sam gets in the back behind Bucky. He says, so you're just not going to move your seat up, are you? Bucky says, no. Call back from Civil War. Again, that's good. This is good storytelling. You know, when you want some of these callbacks, you hoping you expect them, right? You see certain things, you're like, please talk about this, please reference this, please do that. We all hope it, you know, but when they do it, that's letting you know you pay respect to the stories that have been told before leading into the story that you're telling now. So I dug that. But again, then we find out Sharon is working with someone else. Now, I don't know if that's a government official in Madripoor. Is it a U.S. government official? Is she working dirty? Who knows? We don't know, because she said we have a problem. Actually, a couple of them. So again, the problem could be just the fact, you know, about the super soldiers, or the fact is Bucky and Sam. Who knows what the problem is? But also you hear about how when they are talking to Nagel, how he's talking about this test subject that was in jail and it took his blood and it was constantly sampling his blood and figured out how to get the super soldier serum. Goes back to what Isaiah Bradley was telling Sam and Bucky, how they were poking and prodding him, and he was just a test subject after all he'd done for his country. Again, you hear that about the Tuskegee experiment, and again, I also apply to why many black folks today were hesitant and still are about the vaccinations for COVID. These are things that have really happened, may not be a super soldier serum, but there have been black men and women who experimented on with constantly being test subjects and probes and prodded because it was like, well, if a black person dies, it's like a lab rat. It really is no loss, unfortunately, and that's how things were seen. We get to one part to almost to the end, and you see the Flag Smashers who, up until this point, you're almost inclined to feel sorry and sympathize with them. Again, Marvel doesn't get... A lot of people talk about the problem Marvel has with their heroes as many times they kill them off, and I agree in many situations, especially in the movies, they're one and done. But also building them. And one of the things they do always great, and I've noticed, they make you sympathize with the villains. Like, again, I said it before, I think it was in episode 1. We talked about, was Killmonger right? Thanos was right? All these different things. And up until this point, you're like, the Flag Smashers are really just trying to help people who've been displaced after everybody returned after the blip. And then they go and bring it to a place, into a camp that's just got all these supplies sitting up, stored, nobody's using. And so you're like, yo, Carly and them are doing great things. Until Carly gets in his one car, tell dude, put your seatbelt on, blows the car up and the building up. Dude was like, yo, there was still people in the building. Carly was like, oh, this is the only way these people gonna learn that we mean business. And dude like, oh shit. So it always takes that moment where you start to sympathize with them, and then they have this switch and you're like, oh, you crazy. Okay, so you batshit crazy for real. Okay, I got you. You out here. Okay, ma'am, you crazy and strong. Okay, you know what? You want some nuggets? You want to go get some nuggets? There might be a Wendy's down the street. But then we cut back. We see Zemo, Bucky, and Sam, and they're heading into somewhere. They're talking to someone. I think it's to the power broker, or I forgot if I'm not mistaken. But Bucky says, "I'm gonna go take a walk." And they're like, "All right, cool." You see Bucky walking, you see him pick up something, and you look at it, you like, is that a fucking Kamoya bead? And then he's walking and picks up another. And you're like, oh shit, this is Kamoya beads. Because again, earlier in the episode, Sam tells Bucky when he's talking about breaking him out, like, yo, did you not forget? This is the dude who set you up, who blew up the UN, killed King T'Chaka. Do you think the Wakandans have found out? He was like, that's a rhetorical question. They forgot about it? Excuse me. He's like, that's a rhetorical question. They haven't. And it all leads to Bucky standing there. He sees one bee, picks another, no one's there, turns around, turns back, and fucking Io is standing there. He was like, we need to talk. And it was like, oh shit! My heart dropped seeing Io, because again, we have that Civil War connection. But I didn't tweet this, and I wanted to save this for the review. I don't know if we all are ready emotionally for what's about to happen next. I say that because we don't know if Chadwick filmed something for this. We don't know. We know, yes, you got Io, so that's automatically a reference to Wakanda, the Black Panther. But just seeing members of the Dora Milaje, just seeing the Kamoya beads will automatically have you, we all miss T'Challa. We all miss Chadwick Boseman, the amazing man, then the actor, and you know this. And again, Marvel has said, they're out of respect, they're not casting, recasting the role of T'Challa. And then there's some people who are like, no, you should recast it, but like, no. I kind of understand why. It's the legacy that they've left, that the person has left. And again, you could tell the story of the Black Panther without T'Challa. Please check the comics. I don't want to go into this whole Shuri, blah, 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 or M'Baku. But you can, plain and simple. But that's neither here nor there. But again, I say to the fact that the emotion, what we're probably going to see, maybe in this next episode, this episode 3, this is 6 episodes, 3 episodes left. The emotion of what we're about to see possibly with maybe T'Challa, or references just to T'Challa. It's going to hit us in the things, hit us in the feels. Again, WandaVision. What is grief but love persevering? Everybody around this motherfucker. Oh my God, what is stripper swag persevering? What is child support but a broken condom persevering? All that. We was all in our emotions. But I don't know how far we'll go again. First series filmed. Remember that. This is the first Disney Plus series filmed. So, filmed before the panorama we're in. Of course, they had to stop production and then finish up. Of course, they finished up production later and still in the midst of the Panasonic, but they did it. So again, this show is just getting amazing. Again, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is expanding in great ways. The storytelling is phenomenal. I think the storytelling is on tier. And again, I don't say this just as a fan of the MCU, but looking at it as a whole. Going back again, 2008 Iron Man. We're still telling a story connecting from there. The Iron Man story himself for Tony Stark has ended, but the story in itself of what all it's built is still going. But I want to know what you think about all this, yo, in those comments below. So go ahead and do that. And make sure while you're here, click on the like button. Let's push this up in the algorithm, the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel while you're here, please. We're boosting the numbers of everybody that's joined along. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. You already know how that goes. Follow your boy over on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. You really, really should. Check out Blurs in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. on the East Coast with myself and my co-host, my brother, Winston A. Marshall, where we talk about the world of pop culture, entertainment, sports, world news, blurred news, nerd news, all that and more from a blurred perspective, and we are unapologetically black. And also, check out the Mad Titan podcast. That's my baby right there. Everywhere you get your podcast from, I get you caught up on all the things that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. It is Barbershop Talk for Nerds, so come on in the convo. Episode 82 is up, where I brought the episode back out of hiatus. Me and the homie Nick Alexander. I will be recording episode 83. So we back rolling, y'all. So check those out, all right? Holla at y'all next week for episode 4. Take care. I'm out. Bye.